I can't believe I was working for so little for so long. That's what Sarah told me 6 months after she doubled her consulting fees. But here's the twist. She didn't lose a single client. In fact, all of them increased their level of engagement and were happier with her services. If you watched my previous video, you now understand why positioning yourself as a transformation rather than a cost changes everything. But I know you're probably thinking this sounds risky. What if I price myself out of the market? Today, I'll show you what actually happens when service businesses stop undercharging. The results might change everything you believe about pricing, client relationships, and your own worth. I'm Justin from The Value Alchemist, and I help service businesses make this transition. Let's address the elephant in the room. You're scared that raising prices will chase clients away. It's the most common fear I hear, and it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how clients make decisions. Here's what you think happens. Client see higher price, client thinks too expensive, client leaves for cheaper option. Here's what actually happens. Client sees higher price, client assumes higher expertise, client evaluates value more carefully, client either commits fully or wasn't right for you anyway. Let me give you an example. James is an IT security consultant. He was charging £800 a day and constantly competing with cheaper alternatives. Clients would question every recommendation, negotiate on scope, and delay decisions for months. When James repositioned his service as security expertise that prevents the £200,000 average cost of a data breach, he raised his project fees to £15,000, and something unexpected happened. The price shoppers disappeared, but the clients who remained became completely different to work with. They implemented his recommendations immediately. They referred other businesses, and they stopped questioning his expertise. Higher prices didn't just increase his profit margins, they improved his client relationships. When you charge premium prices, you trigger what psychologists call the price-quality bias. Clients automatically assume higher price services are higher quality. This isn't shallow thinking, it's smart business logic. If you think about it, if two consultants offered similar services, one at £2,000 and one at £8,000, what does your brain assume? The expensive one probably has more experience, better results, and exclusive expertise. Your clients' brains work the same way. I worked with a marketing consultant named Lisa who was stuck at £1,500 per month retainers. Clients treated her like a junior team member. They questioned her strategies and asked her for detailed time reports. When Lisa repositioned her service as revenue acceleration for growing businesses at £2,500 per month, her entire client dynamic shifted. New clients treated her as a strategic partner, not a service provider. They sought her input on major decisions and trusted her recommendations without micromanaging. Same person, same expertise, but the higher price elevated her perceived status and credibility. So something that's counterintuitive is that raising your prices often improves your client relationships, not just because you're earning more, but because you attract fundamentally different clients. Low-price clients and high-value clients behave completely differently. Low-price clients focus on cost control. They negotiate every detail, demand excessive reporting, and question your every move. High-value clients focus on results. They give you the autonomy to work effectively, make decisions quickly, and measure success by outcomes, not activities. When you price based on transformation rather than time, you naturally filter for clients who care about results. They understand that solving a £100,000 problem is worth a £20,000 investment. Robert's a business process consultant. At £600 per day, he attracted clients who needed efficiency improvements but had no budget for meaningful change. Projects dragged on for months with minimal impact. But when Robert started pricing based on transformation, charging £25,000 to reduce operational costs by £100,000, everything changed because his clients had real problems with real budgets. They implemented his recommendations, and they did it aggressively because they understood the financial impact. Better clients, better results, better relationships. So how do you actually make this shift without losing your shirt? Here's the exact framework I use with clients. Step 1. Audit your current value. Document every transformation you've delivered in the past year. Don't just list what you did. Quantify what clients achieved. Revenue increased, costs reduced, time saved, risks avoided. Step 2. Identify your transformation. What specific change do you help clients achieve? From struggling with X to achieving Y. Be precise. Delivering confidence in your marketing strategy is vague. Generating 40 qualified leads per month is specific. And step 3. Quantify the gap. What's the cost of your client's current problem? And what's the value of solving it? If poor cybersecurity could cost £200,000, preventing that breach justifies significant investment. Step 4. Test your new positioning. Start with prospects, not your existing clients. Present your service as a transformation with a price that reflects its value. Measure the response. And step 5. Transition existing clients. For current clients, frame the conversation around expanding results, not increasing prices. We've achieved X. Here's how we can achieve Y. Let me share some actual outcomes from businesses that made this shift. Rachel's a brand consultant and moved from £150 per hour to £12,000 per brand transformation packages. Her average project fees tripled in 8 months, and client satisfaction scores increased by 40%. Mark's an operations consultant. He shifted from daily rates to outcome-based projects. His average project value went from £8,000 to £13,000. More importantly, his clients achieved better results because they were committed to the implementation. Emma, the business coach I mentioned earlier, not only increased her prices, but also reduced her working hours. By focusing on transformation rather than time, she could deliver better results in less time. The pattern is consistent. When you align your pricing with the value you create, both you and your clients win. If you're ready to stop undercharging and start positioning yourself as the investment you truly are, here's what to do this week. Choose one service that you offer and write down the specific transformation it delivers. Not what you do, but what clients achieve. Then calculate what that transformation is worth to them financially. That's your starting point for value-based pricing. Remember, if you're solving real problems and delivering genuine transformation, you're probably worth far more than you're currently charging. The question isn't whether you can afford to raise your prices, it's whether you can afford to keep undervaluing your expertise. Until next time, remember, you're not selling time or deliverables, you're selling transformation. Price accordingly.